We're here in the Eternal City, the capital of Italy, Rome. Long known for its culture and richly preserved history, Rome also boasts some of the finest cuisine to be found anywhere in Europe. And there's one culinary art in particular that I'm here to taste: pizza. While Queen Margherita's 1889 tour of Italy and famous stop in Naples may have inspired today's global love of pizza, with Naples being credited as the birthplace of pizza, pizza has been around in one form or another in many different cultures since the dawn of time, with many of the same ingredients found on today's pizzas. In Rome, the pizza is al taglio, which means pizza by the slice or pizza by the cut, or pizza by the weight. Nobody touched my pizza, this is mine. It's all mine. Perhaps one of the best known structures in Rome and the best preserved is the Pantheon. There's lots of pizzerias around here where you can get al taglio pizza and go for a walk, come for a stroll.
It is what it is. Great crust, great toppings.
We made the good pizzas together.
We did. We made some pizza perfect.
My name is Scrimmy. I grew up in New York City eating pizza, and if there's one thing I know, it's a good slice. Now I'm traveling the world in search of the perfect pizza. It's a piece of perfect. The world's best pizza makers.
You can see what is happening.
It's sort of becoming more floofy.
The ingredients you use here are fresh.
È una pizza facile.
The people who make the toppings, and the cities they call home. This is Pizza Perfect. My journey starts in Toronto, because though I was raised in the Big Apple, I now live in the Big Smoke. Toronto is one of the most multicultural cities in the world, and it's where I learned about the al taglio style of pizza in Rome. Our Roman pizza adventure begins with Domenico Giovannini, founder of Alice Pizza. Started in 2000, Alice Pizza has over 100 locations around Italy.
Tell us about the history here. It's beautiful.
Noi siamo una realtà artigianale, io stesso sono un pizzaiolo, il nostro è un concetto di pizza veloce. Avevo la mia prima pizzeria per tanti anni, ho aperto 5 punti diversi e poi mi sono accorto che era un sistema che si potesse replicare. Abbiamo pensato a creare un'accademia dove formare le persone col nostro concetto e eccoci qua, tutti i nostri ragazzi, i nostri pizzaioli imparano qua e poi dopo vanno a lavorare nei nostri posti.
The pizza all starts with the crust, with the pan, and you have a great system where you let it rise for 24 hours.
Prima di tutto l'impasto che deve lievitare lentamente per tanto tempo e poi la cottura deve essere attenta, deve essere completa. Spesso mangiamo pizza che non è cotta.
And the ingredients that are used as well is of vital importance because they're all sourced locally.
Noi usiamo mozzarella fresca prodotta con latte nostro, con latte italiano. Siamo nel paese delle tradizioni. Per noi la mozzarella è una tradizione, la mozzarella è il prodotto nazionale più importante tra i formaggi.
This is super flavorful. After hearing Domenico speak about pizza with bufala mozzarella cheese, I want to know where the cheese comes from. So I head on down to the Casabianca farm in Fondi to learn more about this tasty topping from Luigi Perozzi. So now we're going to head off and see where the milk comes from, where they make the buffalo mozzarella. They grow the food here for the cows, and the cows graze here, the buffalo graze here. We're only 500 meters from the actual production facility, so once they've milked the buffalo, they take it fresh, super fresh, right to the production facility, and the curds are made. The best cheesemakers belong to the DOP, which ensures freshness and quality. DOP members produce over 2,500 tons of buffalo mozzarella cheese every month in Italy. It's like Christmas came early.
Siamo pronti. Prego.
Grazie. After showing me around the farm, Luigi shows me where the buffalo milk comes in from the outside, is made into cheese curds, and the mozzarella magic is made. Here we go, they're about to load in some more cheese curds, and you're gonna see, they're gonna fill the water with a 92 degrees hot water to form the cheese curds into that rich, smooth, creamy texture that you see. And then they take it to muzzare, which means to cut by hand in Italian. And that is what they do. They form it by hand and then they cut it.
once you've milked the buffalo, you have to process it and make it within 24 hours to ensure the freshness. And there's also certain guidelines that you have to have X amount of proteins, a high standard of protein in there. When there's a confluence of the right events and they come together properly, you create a master product.
And Luigi is more than happy to share a variety of the Casabianca master products while we talk pizza.
Negli ultimi anni c'è stata un'evoluzione del mercato della pizza che ha portato i prodotti di qualità ad esaltarsi anche sulla pizza. Chi vuole fare una pizza di qualità non bada più al risparmio di qualche centesimo. Questo favorisce aziende come la nostra che vogliono anche entrare nel mercato della mozzarella per pizza.
Perfect. Smooth, creamy, rich, flavorful. This is just the best.
All this talk of cheese and pizza has me craving a good slice, so I head back to Rome to have lunch with Domenico at one of his Alice Pizza pizzerias.
This is a Pizza Perfect. I'm Pizza Perfect. Before I arrived in Rome, I thought I knew what pizza was, but I've been schooled now, an education in life, courtesy of the master here.
So talk about some of the international locations. I understand you're opening one in Philadelphia.
Stiamo facendo un progetto per aprire in Filadelfia con un italo-americano e siamo convinti che gli americani gradiranno sicuramente anche la nostra pizza.
Look, if you're in the States or Canada, you're going to have to drive to Philadelphia or fly to Rome. Those are the only two options, folks. Well, now we're going to go for a walkabout because this is the best thing to do. You can eat, you can walk, you can see the sights of Rome. So, in fact, follow me.
Pasquino, the first of the talking statues, discovered in 1501 purely by accident. At the time, people were not allowed to speak out against the government. They weren't allowed to speak out against the Pope. They weren't allowed to speak out against the church. People would post notes anonymously on the statue here, speaking out against some of the injustices they felt at the time, some of the things they didn't feel were fair. But other people with other points of view felt that they had to rebut what was being said by Pasquino here, so they found other statues in the area, such as Marforio. And soon the two statues would have these great debates back and forth between the two. Even today, people still leave notes here anonymously to speak out about things that they might not like. And this is one of the most famous sites in all of Rome, the Castel Sant'Angelo. A lot of people don't know this, but in case the city was being attacked, in case there was a riot, in case it was about to be plundered, the Pope would be able to escape the Vatican via this structure here to the Castel Sant'Angelo, where he would be safe. The next day, our adventure begins at one of the most popular historical sites in Rome, the Roman Forum and the Colosseum. The Roman Forum was the political and economic center of the Roman Empire for 1,000 years, and included such prominent buildings as the Curia Senate House, the seat of power for 300 senators during the height of the empire's reign. Finished in 80 AD, the Colosseum is long known for tales of gladiators, lions, and combat. But with a seating capacity of around 60 to 70,000 people, the Colosseum is also the template for all modern-day sporting stadiums. The Roman Colosseum isn't the only Colosseum game in Rome, as across town is the Colosseo Quadrato, or Square Colosseum. I'm in the Aor, and behind me is what's known as the Square Colosseum. Built in the 1930s for the World Expo Fair that was happening at the time here in Rome, it's a testament to rationalism and rationalist architecture. After exploring some of the city, it's time to step into nature, so I head out to the Alban Hills where there are Roman roads, ancient theater ruins, and plenty of fresh air. I'm also here to check out some of the local pizza in the nearby town of Genzano. 25 kilometers outside of Rome, there is the Alban Hills, and there's lots to see and do around here. For thousands of years, troops and people walked across these very stones that I'm walking across now, and it makes you feel like you were there. We're here at the Theater of Tusculum, built in the 1st century AD. For 300 years, until the 3rd century, people would perform here and entertain up to 2,000 people. The material to build the theater is volcanic stone. Because we are sitting on top of the mountain, on the edge of the volcano, it's interesting to see the volcanic rock. This is actually my first time ever at a volcano.
The nearby town of Genzano overlooks Lake Nemi and makes a different style of pizza than the Roman al taglio.
This is where the magic happens. This is where it starts. And as I said, a good pizza starts with the crust. So what is going on here is the chef is preparing the dough for the toppings. And you can see it's a classic wood-burning oven. This is a very traditional way of making the pizza in the Genzano area. My favorite part of the show is always when we're about to eat something. I'm going to order something now, the pizza bianca, one of this, and one of those. Well, here we are at one of the most scenic places I've ever had pizza, and we're going to dive right in to some of the pizza that we just saw being prepared. Looking over the volcano, you feel very small while enjoying a big meal. This is pizza perfection at location perfection. That tomato richness is phenomenal. When you're out, if you're going hiking, we were out walking earlier, we saw the theater earlier, and now we're taking a lunch break. This is the perfect snack to bring with you on the go.
After pizza perfection, it's time for a stroll in the nearby town of Castel Gandolfo.
Castel Gandolfo sits around the ring of one of the active volcanoes. For 36,000 years, it has not erupted. Scientists predicting that within the next 1,000 years, it is going to erupt again. For now, you can come to this marvelous village. Whereas yesterday we were at the Castel Sant'Angelo, this was the Pope's summer residence or his weekend getaway. This is the Castel Gandolfo Lake, different than Lake Nemi where we were earlier in that it's bigger in size and it's more user-friendly, more active. There's people swimming, there's people sailing. As you can see, the view is one of the best.
The Alban Hills have been amazing, but it's time to head back to Rome where I'll meet Chef Raffaele Pinataro and learn how to make al taglio Roman-style pizza.
Raphael, hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Welcome.
Yes, I've been all around Rome eating pizza, and I felt like it was finally time to learn how to make it.
I give this to you, so please dress them. We are going to make pizza. You are going to make pizza.
Well, of course, when you're in the kitchen, there's always one rule you have to follow, and that's keep it clean.
Now we will start to make the dough for the Roman-style pizza. You can start mixing all the flour.
Good pizza starts with the crust, and so now we're going to start doing our magic with the dough.
Just mix,
All
just
right, here
mix.
we go. I'm putting my hands in now. What are the differences between the Roman style of pizza, the al taglio pizza, and the Napolitan pizza?
The main difference is in the dough. The other difference is that Roman-style pizza can be done also in the house oven because it does not require a very high temperature. The Napolitan-style pizza cooks in about 60 seconds and the Roman-style pizza cooks in about 12 minutes. We need 24 hours at least of fermentation because we have to develop all this gluten to be more easy to digest. A lot of pizza makers unfortunately accelerate it with a lot of yeast. This makes the pizza good in taste but not good for digestion. You can stop now. Okay. If now we wait 20 minutes, the gluten starts developing itself and we can add more water.
Where did you learn to cook pizza?
I learned from my grandmother. Then when I come here in Rome, I started to improve myself. Now it's about 10 years. Okay, there's a little bit water, the salt and the yeast.
And so have you noticed much change in the industry of pizza making in the last 10 years?
Sure. The pizza makers were always people that learn from the grandfathers. So now that the customer asks for more quality, they have to study. When you are kneading, the starch is coming very big with the adding of water, the gluten is developing. It's important to understand all these things to have the possibility to control them.
So we made our doughs, the magic of television. These have risen for the appropriate 24 to 36 hours.
At this point, we take our dough and flip it over the semolina. So the first thing is to close the outside, the perimeter of the dough. Then we take our pan, you put the dough on your hand and put it in the pan. We put some sauce. With the hands, you can feel the dough, and so you don't put too much pressure. Okay, take it.
Oh, I gotta be super careful with this because this is chef's pizza. There we go, and then close up.
Remember, I prefer it crunchy.
Yes, crunchy is best. Crunchy is best. As you lift it up, you can see there's that brown bottom, and you can even see and touch and feel that it's crunchy. That's the crispness. That's what we want. This is perfect now.
But if you want mozzarella, you can put now. Okay.
Yes, okay.
So put mozzarella on top.
All right, I'm gonna pull it out.
Now just a little bit olive oil on the top, and we can taste it.
Yes, the best part.
Okay. You can feel it how it's crunchy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
This one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this
because also you have the crust.
Yes.
That is very crunchy. We made the good pizzas together.
We did. We made some pizza perfect. When you get that crunch, followed by the taste bursting in your mouth, it's like a supernova. Boom. Fascinating. This is like helping Michelangelo or Da Vinci make something. You know, I'm like the guy that brought him his paints. Wow, chef, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much for your time and for teaching me.
Walking and exploring the eternal city that is Rome and seeing the rich history at every turn while enjoying some of the finest pizza is a joyful, unique experience that permeates all the senses. History lovers will love it, pizza lovers will love it. It's the city that will serve up a slice of goodness wherever you go.
We hardly saw a fraction of all the great things this city has to offer, but what we did see, we loved. We saw the history, the culture, the people, and most importantly on Pizza Perfect, we saw the pizza. We ate the pizza and we learned how to make the pizza. Stay tuned because you never know where Pizza Perfect will wind up, but one thing's for certain, wherever we are, we're gonna cook up something amazing that you can sink your teeth into.